Thank you all for tuning in to WJC 98.3 FM, your voice, your music, your station. My name is Jeff Badu, and I'm a parallel entrepreneur and a wealth multiplier. I'm the founder and CEO of Badu Enterprises, LLC, which is a multinational conglomerate in the finance industry. Today we'll be covering COVID-19 update, going through some relief, and just talking about a market update, what's going on in the markets today, and also just talking about some new programs that came out for the government. Some are in the process of being finalized right now as we speak. So really that's what we'll be going through today. We're live on Instagram as well as Facebook. Let me just make sure the Instagram camera's good. Just make sure. Yeah, so we got Facebook Live, we got the tripod going today for the Instagram. So we're streaming live on Instagram. Hopefully the camera's not like lopsided or anything on Instagram. Big shout out to Sydney. See you out there. And then we got some people on Facebook. So today we're streaming live on Facebook and Instagram, as well as live on the radio. WGAT 98.3 FM, your voice and music, your station. Just get this camera a little closer to my side a little bit. All right, there we go. Yeah, so today, for those who are tuning in for the first time to the show, this is Money Talks, where all we talk is money. We have a big pandemic going on in the world today, known as the coronavirus or COVID-19. Whoever put that name out there. And it is disrupting the world, to say the least. It is disrupting, it is destroying, it is just, we're going through a lot of turmoil right now in the world because of this pandemic known as COVID-19. So ultimately, we really need to find a way, we need to find a solution, not just for the virus itself, but for our finances. I don't know why, but a lot of people seem to forget that COVID-19 has a big impact on your finances. And in some people's definition, we're in they call it a technical recession. Which, I guess it's true. It's not, in reality, we are not in a recession, but I guess you can say we are we're in somewhat of a recession. So today, really, my job is to provide you. My job today is to really provide you with some details, with some information on essentially how to combat the coronavirus. Just different ways that we can. Let me just fix this camera really quick. Sorry about that, guys. All right, there we go. All right, yeah, so we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Hopefully everybody can see well, everybody can see good. Hopefully the camera's not lopsided or anything like that. We're using two cameras right now. We have the Facebook Live camera, and then we have the Instagram Live camera. So to my left is Facebook, to my right is Instagram. And there are a lot of people tuned in today. A lot of people. There's quite a lot. But let's get right into it. So let's start with the market report. This report is as of March 20th, 2020. Actually, before that, if you guys have any questions or anything, please feel free to post it on the Facebook Live or on the Instagram Live. You're more than welcome to ask any questions or anything at any given time. And also, you can also call into the studio, 773. Make sure I have the number here. Here we go. 773-942-7167. 773-942-7167. That's the number to dial into the studio. If you need to contact me directly, my business line is 773-679-7198. Once again, 773-679-7198. Let me just go through a few comments really quick. Got Cosby Sanders. Yep, so we got that. All right, so we're good to go. So the markets as of March 20th, 2020. Following the Fed's latest interest rate cut last weekend. So the Federal Reserve did cut interest rates last weekend, essentially. It was actually not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before that. Stocks opened markedly lower on Monday. So after the Federal Reserve reduced interest rates, the stock market actually came in lower. Right? Some people are like, that's not supposed to happen. I mean, if interest rates have gone down, then the market should be going up because now investors have more money to invest, more money to borrow. I mean, everything is less strict. You would think that investors would be happy, but apparently not. But it prompted the third circuit breaker in the last 6 recessions. In the last 6 recessions, as trading was halted only seconds after the opening bell, meaning they stopped trading for a short period of time after the opening bell. And this is something that happened in the last 6 recessions. So that might give you a little hint as to what might happen in the near future. I personally still don't think we will be in an official recession. We are in a depression. I mean, we're going through a very bad time right now. But to use the word recession, I think is very, very dangerous at this very time. A recession, by the way, by definition, is 2 straight quarters of decline in GDP. But let's just go through the market update. So the Dow had lost 8.5%. The S&P 500 slid 7.7%. The NASDAQ fell 7.8%. And that was just the Monday. That was literally on Monday. By the end of the day, the Dow posted its worst percentage decline since 1987. That was very, very, very painful. S&P fell 12%, and the NASDAQ was off 12.3%. Business disruptions, store closures, and travel restrictions continue to drive the massive sell-off. So essentially, people are selling their stocks like crazy right now because of business disruptions. As we all know, businesses are being disrupted right now. Store closures, restaurants, bars. If you're in the city of Chicago, you probably don't see a bar that's open right now. And if it is, it's probably about to get shut down. Other places like California, New York, I mean, everything is basically shut down as far as a public place goes. And the airlines. People can't travel right now. And if you do, good luck. Getting through the airport and security. Basically, the city, for example, the city of Chicago is pretty much shut down right now. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. They said the only thing you can do is go to the grocery store, go visit your parents, or go visit your loved ones. I think they even put a restriction on that you can only have a certain amount of people in the house at a time. Can't even go to church. Churches are shut down. Let's see what else is shut down. I don't believe they put churches as an essential business, by the way, on the list. Which is kind of crazy, but I mean, to each his own. Let's see what else. I mean, that's pretty much all you can do is go to the grocery store and visit family. There's not a whole lot. Accounting firms, though, hint, accounting firms are allowed to stay open because we are an essential business to the economy, an essential business to the world. So my accounting firm is still open today. And we're already a virtual firm anyway, so we didn't even need. It's always nice to be able to be open, but technically, as a virtual company, you don't really stay open. You're pretty much open all the time. You're a 24/7 business. But a late rally Tuesday pushed the major indexes higher. So we had a rally on Tuesday, but the momentum was short-lived. Wednesday's futures triggered yet another circuit breaker. The stock market is now firmly in bear territory, meaning that we're going down, basically. More than 20% off its 52-week high. Despite new measures by the Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank late Wednesday, stocks continue to fall. So basically what the central banks are doing, the Federal Reserve, FOMC for short, they're getting a little loose when it comes to monetary policy. So they're loosening up the policies. They're telling the banks, hey, here's some money, go out and lend it. We won't be as strict because we know that people are suffering. Small businesses need you. Small businesses are going through a drought. And ultimately, we want you to loan money to people, right? So me, for example, I've been applying for loans like crazy, left and right, because I understand that we need to, basically, everybody needs to be taking advantage of what's happening right now, right? When it comes to financially, you need to be getting ahead. In order to expand your business, you need more capital. What better time to get capital than right now, where they're so lenient, right? They're not as strict. If you were denied for a loan 6 months ago, you're probably going to get approved for it now, assuming you've been doing a little better in your business or financially. So this is the perfect time to go out and talk to your lenders. Go out and obtain a loan for expansion. Right? This is not the time to contract. This is not the time to lay off employees. This is not the time. If you're willing and able to expand and grow your business, this is the perfect time to grow your business. I know we've grown our business tremendously since this whole COVID-19 thing came about. Our tax firm demand actually skyrocketed as soon as COVID-19 came out because people were scared to go to the brick and mortar locations. We are a virtual company, so our demand went up tremendously to the point where we had to add more staff actually. As people are laying off people, we're adding more people, right? That's the type of abundance that we look to achieve, is that when everything is going down, when everybody is down, their heads are down, our heads are up. We're hiring, we're growing, we're expanding, we're not slowing down just because of COVID-19. God forbid one of our people catches the virus itself. And we're being very, very careful when it comes to that. Me personally, I'm usually indoors. This is one of the few times you'll see me outdoors, actually. It's coming to the show today. And this thing is very serious. It's killing a lot of people. It's having a big impact on a lot of people. People are losing their jobs. I've had clients reach out to me like, hey, I'm afraid I'm about to lose my job. I just got that call from my boss. What can I do? What's the relief? And we'll be talking about how to get out of COVID-19 financial distress as a business owner and also a little bit as an individual as well. But let's continue with what happened in the market last week and what's to look ahead this week. After Thursday's passage of legislation intended to provide some relief, we'll talk about that later, and they still haven't come out with an official relief package yet. To those who are unable to work, so some people right now are out of work. If you're in a restaurant business, restaurant industry, not only the business owner but the employees, you're getting crushed right now, because restaurants rely heavily on traffic, brick and mortar, people coming in. And my advice to the restaurants out there is, if you haven't figured out a way to turn your business into virtual, if you haven't figured out a way to get on Grubhub, Uber Eats, Postmates, or any of these platforms, you need to get on there as soon as possible. You need to craft your advertising to the point where it's all online now. Where it's like, hey, we can deliver right to your door. Be in your pajamas, wait for us, and we'll come right to your door and deliver. And I know, I believe Grubhub sent out an email that they're even offering where the customer doesn't have to meet the driver. The driver just pretty much drops the food somewhere where it's convenient, and the person just comes and picks it up because of the whole social distancing, 6 feet apart from each other type thing. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, so if you're a restaurant, if you're any company that's not virtual, or if you're not a way where you can have a virtual presence, then this is the time to revamp your business plan. I'll give you a secret. 10 years ago, when I formed a business plan for Badu Tax Services LLC, I had a virtual model in there. That was the main way that we were going to get clients, actually. Our model back then was 75% virtual, 25% in person, face-to-face, and all that. I'm proud to say that now we're 99% virtual, meaning that we only see 1% of our clients, or we're actually not even required to see our clients face-to-face. It's just some people choose for preference reasons and all that. Sometimes they want to hold you, they want to touch you, see you exist, and all that good stuff. Still haven't figured out why exactly. But your business needs to go virtual. If your business is not virtual right now, you need to figure out a way, like now. That's one way to relieve yourself. If you're a struggling business, if you're somebody who's on the verge of shutting down, going out of business, you need to find a way to expand online. Just massive amounts of expansion. Just take your business online right now, because we need that, right? Because if we don't have that, then it's going to essentially be a problem. And there's always ways to take your business online. Consulting, you can do some consultations, training sessions. Maybe this is the time to do some online Facebook ads. This is really the time to really, I mean, if God hasn't shined a light on you to say, hey, get with the times, right? Just stay in the 21st century. Get advanced. Get some technology. This is the time for you, if you're able to, of course. If you're not able to, there are certain businesses that cannot go virtual. I mean, there's every business has some component of virtualness they can go. But, I'll give you a prime example. Our church, this past Sunday, and big shout out to Pastor Leifert, he took the church virtual. Right? We had over 100 people that were listening live, and at the comfort of your own home, still getting the word, still able to pray, still able to make your contributions and everything. I mean, it was beautiful. I loved it. I applauded him for it. And that's what we need to do. We need to figure out a way to take our businesses virtual. This whole in person all the time, brick and mortar. If Chase was doing it, if Chase taught you something, it's that brick and mortar is the thing of the past. If Amazon taught you something, it's that brick and mortar is a thing of the past. I'm not saying get rid of your brick and mortar business. You just need to figure out a way, whatever that way is, to take your business virtual. So if you need a relief pack, that's your relief pack right there. Relief pack number 1 is take your business virtual if you can. This is the time to really, really revamp your business model and let it get a little more advanced and stop being so old school all the time and being stuck in your ways. But let's continue. So we talked about the legislation that happened, right? Coupled with an extension. So the tax filing deadline has been extended to July 15th now. The news came out last Friday that the tax filing deadline has been extended to July 15th. So for those that haven't filed their taxes yet, now just because they've extended the deadline to July 15th doesn't mean you should wait until then, especially if you're receiving or expect to receive a tax refund. So relief pack number 2, remember we released relief pack number 1, which is take your business virtual, take yourself virtual, right? This is the time to enhance your skill set, enhance your business model that allows you to go virtual. Number 2, relief pack, file your taxes as soon as possible to get that advance, that tax refund, especially if you're on the verge of losing your job or you're fearing something bad happening to you financially. So that's your relief pack number 2. I'm giving out relief packs today. That's the topic of this of this presentation is COVID-19 financial empowerment / relief. I'm here to give you relief. I'm here to give you empowerment. How to empower your business, how to empower yourself financially, even during these tough times such as COVID-19, known as the coronavirus. So stocks did rebound just a little bit somewhat on Thursday. While Thursday's gains provided a brief respite from the constant sell-offs, stock values remain depressed. So stock valuations are very low right now. Stock market is getting hit big time right now. And that's because the economy is slowly trickling down. It's tanking, even though there's stimulus packages. Remember, I've already given you 2 relief packs, and I challenge you guys to take notes, write these things down, because it's very important. This is stuff that's affecting you right now, today, as we speak. This is not something that, I'll go back to it in a week. No, this is stuff affecting you right now. I've given 2 relief packs already for this COVID-19. And this is a relief pack that you can use for the rest of your life, not just during times like this. You don't just react during a bad time. You become proactive in the good times and the bad times. I planned for something like this 10 years ago when I built my business plan. Not that I knew COVID-19 would be here, but I knew that businesses would be forced to go virtual. And this is a sign from God right here that our businesses must go virtual. Not maybe, not recommended, but as you can see, we must have a virtual side of it, or we're going to get crushed. We'll go out of business. We won't be able to pay employees. We won't be able to pay ourselves, feed our own families, right? Unless we have a virtual business model that allows us to run 24/7. This is what we need. This is the stimulus package that I think is very viable for at least most businesses. Over 90% of businesses can go virtual to some extent. The Dow was down more than 32%. My goodness. More than 32% from its February 12th high. So February 12th, we're down 32%. My goodness. While the other major indexes have all fallen more than 20%. By the end of the week, each of the benchmark indexes fell by more than 10%. Led by the large caps of the Dow, so the Dow Jones, which is composed mainly of technology stocks, and the small caps of the Russell 2000. The federal government closed U.S. borders, so that's very important to note. The federal government basically closed the border for the U.S. With Mexico and Canada to non-essential travel, whatever that means, right? I still to this day don't know what essential travel means. Is it just the president? Is it, is it his entourage? I still don't fully understand. I know there's a definition out there, but I still don't understand what it means when they say essential travel, right? I still don't get it, or I just don't get it mentally. States like New York, California, and Illinois, so we're on the list right now for those in Illinois, are ordered the respective workforces to stay home. Why do you need to go virtual? Because if you have a brick and mortar business, you're out of business right now, right? If you do just brick and mortar, unless you're a grocery store stores are doing very good right now. Amazon, which owns Whole Foods, so you got Amazon, Walmart, they're all hiring a lot of people right now. High demand, extremely high demand right now. Because in a time like this where people are forced to stay home, they need to buy more groceries, right? So a grocery business is a very good business because in the good times, people will still buy. In the bad times, people will still buy. The tax business is a very good business. In the good times where everybody's thriving, you're still going to file your taxes. In the bad times where the economy is tanking, you're still going to file your taxes. Right? As a matter of fact, our demand skyrockets during times like this because now people really want to reach out to us to see what kind of relief packs that we have going on or what sort of stimulus packages. People like to be in the know, and accounting professionals tend to be very near and dear to people's hearts, especially during times like these. So let's just continue here. Investors saw these moves as more reason to fear. So why is the stock market down? Is because investors are panicking. They're shivering right now, scared at home on their couches, doing whatever, and just selling like crazy. My thing is, why in the world would you sell a stock when it's low? Always follow the rules. I put a post out on Twitter, a tweet on Twitter the other day. I said, follow the rules and you will win the game. You never sell low and buy high. You buy low and you sell high. You don't sell during a time like this unless it's a stock that has appreciated tremendously. Maybe you need some cash. I know pharmaceutical stocks, those are things to watch out for. But it's buy low, sell high. You don't do the opposite. Right now, people are doing the opposite. They're doing exactly what's going to lead them into a recession, essentially. Basically, it's buy low, sell high, not the opposite. You do not sell around a time like this, right? That's the key. Unless you have an appreciated asset where you can liquidate some of the cash because it's appreciated and you can afford to sell it, essentially. So buy low and sell high. We don't sell when things are low. We sell when things are high. So investors are scared. They're very scared. And the big fear is that the worst is yet to come, which that might be true. The worst might very well be yet to come. But I do believe COVID-19 will come to an end. Not a full end, but it will come to a big end over the next few months. I believe that we will have a viable solution for COVID-19. And there will be treatments. And these pharmaceutical companies, their valuations are about to skyrocket like crazy because they'll be the ones providing solutions to the government. They'll probably inflate some of the prices to sell it to the government in order for the government to give it to the medical companies or to the hospitals and all that good stuff. So I do believe that, I think it's a very obvious prediction that pharmaceutical companies will be big winners in COVID-19, the aftermath, because they'll find a solution and be able to provide it to the hospitals and the government and whoever else they need to provide it to. And they'll sell it at a premium and make a profit, right? It's all about, we live in a very capitalistic society. So if you have it and people need it, high demand, low supply, it means increased prices. So where am I investing right now? At least my spare change that I have in the stock market. I'm investing in pharmaceutical companies. You have Novavax, you have Gilead Sciences, you have AbbVie. There's so many out there. There are lots of pharmaceutical companies out there. So my bet right now is on pharmaceuticals. I'm not somebody who gambles. I simply use information that I know. I use calculations. It's called calculated risk. There's basically a pandemic right now. The only true group of people that can solve this pandemic are pharmaceutical companies and medical companies. One of those people, right? One of those groups of people will figure out a solution. One of them will. So basically, the smart thing to probably do is to put some eggs in those baskets, because one of them will hatch at a certain point. Not saying gamble, right? I'm just saying use information. COVID-19 news is happening every day, and I have heard rumors that they actually found a solution, a temporary solution that hasn't been fully approved yet by the FDA, or by the medical groups out there and all that good stuff. But I do believe we will find a solution. We've been through viruses before. This is not the first time we've been through a virus, right? So there will be a solution. Stay at home. Stay protected. Wear your mask. Wear your full body suit. Whatever you need to do. But there will be a solution. I would not say there's no need to panic, but I would say there's a need to be calm and ease your nerves a little bit. So basically, what's happening right now is people are just selling like crazy. They're dumping their stocks so that people like me that hold on to their stocks, we're going to be the ultimate winners, because then we're basically, the values of them are going to go up. What happens, right now we're facing a temporary loss. But over the long run, if people are selling and selling and selling, then that means the good companies will be left, right? And that means that people like us will keep the good companies and we'll get them at, we've already got them at decent prices. Those people that sold, they're going to get right back into the market. And the markets are just going to go right back up. If you look at a 10-year, notice that it goes like this, and then it goes like that, then it goes like this. And I mean, what goes up must come down, but what comes down must go right back up. That's the analogy with the stock market. So relief pack number 3, do not sell your stocks. Please do not sell your stocks, especially not right now. And I'll tell you exactly what the values are. Year to date, the Russell 2000 is nearly 40% below. So there you go. That's one stat. 40% below. Why would you sell something that's 40% below? It's 2019 closing value. The Dow and the global Dow are each more than 32% off last year's pace. And then the tech-heavy NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is composed mainly of technology stocks, such as Google and all the big tech stocks out there, which is where a lot of me personally, that's where most of my stock market dollars are, has given up more than 23% last year, which was a stellar one for this index. Stellar. I mean, it's crazy. Technology stocks are down 23%. That's insane. That is insane. So just to summarize, I've given you guys 3 stimulus packages that you can take home today, or 3 basically three packs that you can take home. Relief packs, I call them. The first one is take your business virtual if you can. The second one is basically to file your taxes and get your tax refund as soon as possible. The third one is do not sell your stocks. If anything, buy more, but I would challenge you to beef up your emergency savings. Beef it up. Now's the time to go up to the 6 months. They say 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Now is the time to beef it up to 6 months, because you don't know. You don't know how long COVID-19 is going to last. I mean, who knows? The military might be outside 2 months from now or a month from now ordering people to really stay home. You just don't know. Nobody knows. I don't know, but history tends to repeat itself. So I can make certain smart, calculated decisions based off 100-year history that I haven't witnessed it, but I've seen the charts. I've seen the trends. I've read the news. I've read the history. Right? It's all calculations. It's all calculated risk. Price of oil. My goodness. Let's take this one. This is painful to even say. Price of oil went down from $33.34 per barrel to $19.84. My goodness. Now that is painful right there. Almost half its value in just 1 week. $33.34 down to $19.84. People aren't driving. People aren't doing anything right now. Price of gold. COMEX gold down $15.32.80 to $14.98.90. I mean, that one hasn't really suffered that much. But let's take a look at what's happened so far in the market. Dow Jones is down 32.81% so far this year. The NASDAQ is down 23.33%. The S&P 500, which we all know near and dear to our hearts, it's composed of the top 500 companies in the U.S., is down 28.66%. Now take this though, last year we were up 26%. So technically we were only down, if you got into the market at the beginning of last year, 2019, you're only down 2% in the S&P 500, which is pretty good. It's actually pretty good. The Russell 2000 is down 39.22%. The global Dow is down 32.19%. The federal funds target rate is now at 0.00%. You know what that means? Interest rates are at a dead 0%. Dead 0%. That means that the banks are getting money at nothing. Right? The Federal Reserve is giving. They're just handing money to the banks so that they can give it to us. And of course, people like myself take advantage of that, because I take that money and I buy real estate and I make more money off of it. Right? That's how you grow in an economy like this. That's how you continuously grow. You need to expand. Expansion. Stimulus package number 4. You need to expand your business during these times. Not contract. You need to expand. That goes back to the virtual point. Man, 10-year treasuries at 0.93%. I won't even talk about that. That's just pitiful. I mean, 10-year treasury at 0.93%. Why in the world would anybody do something like that? But let's eye on the week ahead, which is this week, and we've already probably seen some of these things happen. This week is likely to see more government action. They're working on a big stimulus package that was declined by the Democrats I don't like to get too political on the radio, but it was declined by the Democrats this past weekend. I haven't seen the official update, but they have mentioned that they will come to a conclusion by tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have a big stimulus pack that's going around that will be approved by the Senate and the House, or the Democrats and the Republicans, essentially. But basically to ease the economic pain, and some of us are feeling pain right now, caused by the coronavirus or COVID-19. Economic reports such as durable goods orders, the gross domestic product or GDP, and personal income and outlays are for February and are not likely to reflect the full impact of the COVID-19 virus. So basically there are economic reports that are about to come out, and they won't reflect the full report of the impact of the COVID-19. So really quickly, with the time we have now, let's just go through some things that the government is working on. Excuse me. I've already given you 4 self-healing, self-relief packs. All right, take it or leave it, but 4 self-relief packs that you can take home today. And I'll do a recap at the end. But here are 3 relief packs that the government is offering to people that are impacted by the coronavirus, COVID-19. The first one is a $2 million per business, up to $2 million per business, SBA or Small Business Administration loan relief. Please check with your state if you qualify. Most states by now do qualify. What you need is up-to-date financials. You need tax returns. So if you're one of those businesses that does things under the radar, or you're cash only and you're stubborn and all that, you won't qualify for this. So this is for businesses that have their life together. There's a stimulus pack with the SBA loan that basically came out. And you essentially need to complete the application. It is pretty in-depth. Of course, they're giving you money up to $2 million if you're going through the coronavirus, or if you've been impacted negatively by the coronavirus. So basically, this is something that you can apply for. Check out the SBA site. If you need SBA loan consulting, we do offer that as a service. So our firm does offer SBA loan consulting as a service. So if you need help applying for the loan, we can certainly consult you on the best way to go about it. We'll walk through the application directly with you as well. We do have a comment from Loredana. Said, great info, Jeff. Thank you for sharing and educating. You are very much appreciated. Absolutely. Appreciate that. But the second package, so we have a stimulus package going on that is in progress to provide paychecks for Americans. Now, to be honest, the last thing I read wasn't too pretty. I read somewhere it was $1,200 per household. I mean, that can barely last a day nowadays. Right? But it hasn't, to my knowledge. Anybody can send me an updated link. I'll be checking on that later tonight to see what's going on. But to my knowledge, as of right now, as of, what time is it? Let's see. As of 7:49 p.m. Central Time, I'm not aware of any stimulus package that has been approved for Americans. Basically, the government wants to provide you with paychecks to help grow, basically provide for your family. Now, I do challenge the government. Anybody who's in the government listening right now, how about we offer some financial education courses to people, right? How about we offer literacy, right? How about we offer how to expand, how to grow money and all that? The checks are nice, but the analogy, give a man a fish, he only eats for one day. And clearly $1,200 would only last you about a week nowadays. I mean, that's rent. Rent, that's pretty much gone right there. How about we teach men how to fish so that they can eat the rest of their lives and not worry about coronavirus? Now, that is my sole purpose on this planet, is to teach men and women how to fish. That's why I'm on the radio today. But truly, how about we come out with programs that teach and empower people when it comes to finances? Why are we just giving people money instead of teaching them what to actually do with it? We do have a question here. It says, Jeff, question, is the tax refund deadline in Illinois April 15th or July 15th? Stubborn Illinois said it's still April 15th. I do believe they'll change that. They'll come to their senses really, really quickly. But technically, it's April 15th. So very sorry about that. Last but not least, there are payroll tax credits that are going out for people who provide sick leave to their employees, available to certain business owners. So just as a recap, we do got to cut it short. Thank you guys for tuning in. First, relief pack. Take your business virtual. You got to be virtual nowadays. Or take yourself virtual. Find a way to get yourself, work from home business. Something that you can provide for your family while you're still home. You need to be productive during this time. This is not the time to be watching Netflix all day. Now, of course, you can, enjoy this time. Take this time to really sit down and think and reflect on life. But this is the time to really get ahead when you have time. Right? We all complain about not having enough time. We do have time now. Right? So this is the time to get ahead and take your business virtual. The second relief pack, file your taxes on time. File it ASAP. File it now. If you need help, we can help you with that to accelerate your tax refund. Relief pack number 3. Relief pack number 3 is basically to, to expand and to continuously grow your business. This is the time for expansion, not contraction. This is the time for you to continuously grow, continuously expand, continuously learn. And then we also have some government programs that came out. The $2 million SBA loan. If you need help with that, let me know. Stimulus package that's still going through the government right now in process. And then payroll tax credits that's being offered to those that provide paid sick leave and all that good stuff. So if you have employees, you're a small business owner, this is the time to not fire people, but really seek expert help. There's nothing worse than getting rid of somebody that you don't have to get rid of. So thank you guys for tuning in to WJC 98.3 FM, your voice and music, your station. Hopefully you guys learned something today. My name is Chef Badu. If you need me, 773-679-7198. Once again, 773-679-7198. You can call me, text me. I know a lot of people are going through a lot of financial struggle right now. Email me, jeffbadu@gmail.com. Check out my website, jeffbadu.com. jeffbadu.com. I have a ton of stimulus packages on that site. So if you need a relief pack, please go to that site and you will see a relief pack on there as well. So thank you guys again for tuning in to WJC 98.3 FM, your voice, your music, your station. My name is Chef Badu, and I look forward to continuously delivering you all some content. Thank you.